All right, welcome right here at the one and only Metroflex Gym in Plano, Texas. How are you doing today?
Doing great, man.
Awesome. And also, just to move forward, would you like to talk about your experience or how everything went from your last competition?
Yeah, so last comp was good. Started out really strong, and then at the end of the comp, I had some events that are not in my wheelhouse, so dropped some positions because of those. But that comp, I went into it like this is for fun, and really looking forward to my next comp in July, and plan on walking out of there with some hardware for sure.
Oh, awesome. Well, hey, hopefully you'll do well. Hopefully you'll kick ass for sure. Just picked up whatever it is that you learned from the competition and move on forward into that coming comp.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, what was the name of the comp that you competed in, the last one?
The Celtic Games in Sherman.
Celtic Games in Sherman.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And what are the things that you're proud of, and what are the other things that you feel like you need to work on in order to be a better strongman?
I think statically for my age group and weight class, I'm pretty good. I think I can move weight. Some overhead events I struggle with. I have an injury in my left shoulder, so I'm swimming upstream on that one. But that's no excuse. I just got to buckle down and fight through it. And then moving events, if they're super heavy, I tend to do better than if they're lighter, because I'm not as fast.
Right.
But again, that's a thing that we can work on and get better at for sure.
And also, the thing about strongman, it's like playing a game of chess, not checkers.
Right.
As far as you're coming up with a strategy and just knowing exactly how to train for it. Rather, it's your overall strength, your speed, athleticism, your recovery,
right,
mobility. And with shoulder, it's obviously the recovery part. But as far as your athleticism, which you seem to be good at, which are the moving events, overall strength, we can always get better for sure.
For sure.
But that's a crazy cool thing about strongman. You don't just have to be strong. You can also be athletic and mobile too.
Yep.
And it gives us like hundreds of things to work on in order to be a better, well-rounded athlete. I mean, if I can compare strongman to any sport, it's just a mixture of powerlifting, football, and track and field.
Yeah, it's like if CrossFit went super heavy, right?
Yeah.
Because they do so many different things, and so do we. It's really easy, not easy, I'm not saying that, but in powerlifting, you've got to pull these 3 lifts, and that's it. So you can train real specifically. In strongman, you never know what events are coming up in the next comp, so you've got to kind of train everything, which is the thing that I really like about strongman.
Yeah. I mean, also with strongman, don't they give you all a heads up what events to practice for, even though there's multiple events in every different strongman comp?
Yeah, so you get time to train for specific comps, but it's they're always different. You know what I mean? They're never always the same events, which makes it really exciting, because you don't get bored training the same stuff over and over again. So.
Yeah, and also with strongman, it's just so dynamic. You never get bored to train up for anything. I mean, just I've already mentioned in this interview, it's like playing a game of chess, not checkers.
Right.
And with powerlifting, I mean, I respect the sport too. It's just very straightforward. Sure. And then strongman, it could be unpredictable in the sense how different each competition really is, and that's what makes the sport really special.
For sure. Yep.
Absolutely. And also, with that being said, the main point of my YouTube channel is popularizing the sport of strongman, even though it's already a big time sport internationally, but it's actually not popular at all out here in America. And that's basically what I'm trying to do, is just grow the sport of strongman. I'm not the only one who can really grow the sport. It's going to take an army of us to spread the awareness.
Yeah.
Throughout locally and nationwide.
I think it's growing. I think it's getting better. I really do. I think in the last 10 years, I think more people are exposed to it. I think social media has helped with that. And I think it's growing. I think it's just going to take time, and people keep pushing the agenda of this is a real sport. It is a really awesome sport.
Yeah.
I found that anytime people watch, they're blown away, and then they come back for more. But I think it's just getting exposure is what we need for this
Absolutely.
sport. Yep.
like, even though the mainstream media helped us a lot, and also with the World's Strongest Man, now I'm just trying to like help spread the awareness throughout the country. And also, you want to know the crazy fact? I'm not sure if you, I mean, I know you've mentioned that you watched some of my previous interviews, but sport of strongman was actually made here in America. And the very first World's Strongest Man competition was held at Universal Studios back in 1977.
Cool. I did not know that.
And it was made by David Webster, an American himself.
Nice.
But somehow it became way more popular in Europe than here in America. And so I want to make that change for sure.
I think that probably happened because those cultures had a history of feats of strength, right? So, and America really didn't.
That's a good point.
Partly probably why that it took off in those countries, right? Like stone lifting in Scotland and things like that. We didn't have that here, and that's probably an influencing factor.
That's actually a really good point. Really good point for sure. But yeah, and also just to move on into this interview, what is it that you like about strongman personally?
For me, I fell in love with strongman because it's physically demanding in all aspects of the sport. So it's not just lifting heavy things, right? It's movement, it's cardio, it's conditioning, it's all of it. And I love that aspect about it because if you're going to push yourself, might as well push yourself in all areas. And then the next thing for me is the camaraderie here in Strongman Saturday. I've never experienced a sport to where you're going head to head against another person, and that person is also cheering for you to do the best that you can do. And I think that's a really unique thing to this sport, because at the end of the day, I'm not really up against them, I'm up against me.
Right.
And how much weight I can move and push and do. And so it creates this like brotherhood that I love.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And also with that being said, like, I feel like there's no other sport like that. I mean, if you think about it, strongman is like a mixture of like wrestling and football, but with heavy ass weight.
Right.
As far as like the camaraderie, and also it could be like an individual sport and a team sport.
Yep.
And they have like those two mixed in together to make it like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, since you've already obviously explained what is it that you like about strongman, you pretty much explained the answer to my next question, which is, why do you like strongman? Is there another reason why you like strongman, or on top of that, just the camaraderie and
yeah, I
brotherhood?
think I fell in love with the sport, and the adrenaline high of like watching your lifts get better and you get stronger is pretty addicting, and I think that's why you get people who are 41 years old who are doing it and loving it, because it is so addicting.
That's awesome. Wait, you don't look 41, don't act 41, by the way.
Well, that's true. Yeah, no, I'm a big teenager at heart. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, great to stay young at heart. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's right.
All right, cool. Well, that's really pretty, some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And also, just to move forward, what is the next name of the competition you're getting ready for?
It's the Cowtown Regional in Fort Worth at Billy Bob's. So that's the next one on the docket. Moving forward, it's the only thing I've got my eyes set on. So we're real goal oriented for that comp. I have specific numbers I'm trying to hit at all those lifts, and yeah, just got to make it happen.
Hell yeah. And hopefully the sport of strongman is getting pretty, starting to get pretty well known in Dallas, which I'm really pleased to see about it, but looking for more room for growth. I am so ready for it. It's going to take like an army of us to spread this.
Let's do it.
And for anyone who is brand new to strongman, where can they find us, and also how can they sign up for a competition?
So we're at Metroflex Gym in Plano, kind of off of 75 and Park, and signing up for a comp is super easy. I go through ironpodium.com, and I sign up for all my comps through them. So
nice, awesome.
Yep.
And hopefully you're gonna do well and kick ass. And also another fun, cool fact about strongman: it's not just an individualized sport, not a team sport. It's also about like bettering yourself. Just like what Army Dude said, Mark.
Yeah.
He said like he's always focused on like getting closer to his one step closer to his goal, but one step further away from where he was in the past. So always work on being the better you than where you were yesterday.
Yep.
All right, cool. And also, last question before I close off this interview. How did you get the name Chef Boyardee?
Well, it's pretty easy. So my career, I am a chef. So I've been a chef for, 20 plus years now that I'm an old man. And so I think that was a real simple jump to make. There's the chef, let's call him Chef. So yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome stuff. And also, I'm really confident you can like fix up some good food.
Oh yeah.
You know, as far as like how it tastes and how you feel after once you eat it.
Yep.
And also work up
it
the
helps
best
with
nutrients.
meal prep, that's for sure. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure that career can definitely come in handy, especially for strongman.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, just if you're watching these videos and you're not sure if you want to come on out. Give it a shot. I guarantee you'll love it.
All right. Awesome, brother. Well, hey, I just want to say thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for just giving us like a kind of like a telling us your perspective on things about the sport.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's going to continue to grow. And I'm also truly hoping it's going to be just as popular as the NFL one day, or even an Olympic sport. Who knows?
There you go. Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, and also I almost forgot one last question. Where would you like to see the sport of strongman in the next 5, 10, or 20 years from now?
For me, like I would love to see it mainstream. Like NBC showing The Rogue and World's Strongest Man, and finally those athletes like getting the credit that they deserve. You know what I mean? Because I think anyone who hasn't seen it doesn't really understand the effort and the dedication that takes. And I think just getting those guys the best in the world, the credit that they deserve would be awesome.
Well, I agree. And also, if you think about it, like college football, amateur strongman works just as hard as the college football players, and the pro strongman works just as hard as the pro football
For
players.
Sure. Yep.
So yeah, with that being said, it definitely needs to become bigger in a sense where we get more recognition, as you said.
Absolutely.
But anyway, let's just keep kicking ass, grow the sport, and also God bless you, man. Really appreciate for your time.
Thanks, Dylan.
And also, no problem. And also, lastly, stay tuned.